a pleasure to be up here for the next few minutes. It's amazing to see what's happening. No, we're so happy you came this time. So thank you so much. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So, you know, I hope that there are people in here that understand what's happening. Because the evolution of what's happened for Be Hip, and especially in the last 2 years, you know, if you had a company and money and good people, and you told them you wanted them to do what's happened in the last 2 years, and said, this is what we want you to do, and open these markets and find these people and develop these products, they would look at you and go, impossible. Impossible. But it is possible. Amazing. It is possible. There are people in here, look, that either made the decision to get in, but we have guests in the room that are making the decision to get in, yes? And we have people that are in, but they think that they're not really in. So you get in twice into this business. The first time is when you say, wow, this is amazing, it makes sense, I'm in. Where's product, right? Give me product. But you're not in. You're in when you make the decision to go to work. You're in when you make the decision to fail. You're in when you make the decision to fight the good fight. And I will tell you right now, it's a fight. To battle your way to the top, when you look at what these people have done, and I'm not saying this because I want them to, look, I'm saying it because it's true. We've got some of the best networking talent sitting right here in the entire world. In the entire world. Yes. To learn from and bond with. So, if we can go to the first slide. I'm in control. If you're presented with an amazing opportunity, say yes and then figure it out. Yes. Just say yes. Figure it out. Right? Because maybe that kind of opportunity won't come along again. And when I first saw network marketing, my background is actually investment banking. So I was a stockbroker, and I was reasonably successful. By the time I was 26, I was driving a Jaguar XJS. I had a 400 square meter home on 2 hectares of land. I could fly to New York to buy a tie, and I could fly to Cabo San Lucas to catch a fish, which is where I'll be next week. Yay! But anyway, okay. 6 years on the floor, 3 years in management with a national firm, and I loved what I was doing. I was passionate. When they closed the market, I got pissed off. Do you understand what I'm saying? Vacation was not going on vacation. Vacation was the office. And so I loved what I was doing. But after 9 years, that passion went away. I woke up one day and I hated what I was doing. Now, for those 9 years that I liked it, whenever someone would talk to me and say, hey, network marketing, you know, it was like, it's one of those things. It's a pyramid. It's a scam. It's what you do if you can't get a real job. Because I was a coat and tie guy. But then my head broke. The market didn't break. My head broke. And I finally, thank God, found myself in a position of where I was willing to listen to people that knew about this business and residual income and network marketing. And so all of a sudden the industry had credibility with me. You know what I mean? And I was listening to the concept of residual income. Because I just spent 9 years, and if you're young, listen to what I'm saying. If you're not so young, listen to what I'm saying. Because if you have a job, and you quit that job, what happens to your income? I spent 9 years, but when I stopped, that money stopped, right? So finally, I understood the concept of network marketing, and I decided to get involved in 1994. Look at that guy. Wow. It's a few years ago. But in 1994, this was me. This is at my home in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I was glued to the phone. Glued to the phone. Every morning, 6:30 in the morning, on the phone, 9 o'clock at night, still on the phone, and cranking and obsessed about this weird business that we're in. And by 1998, I was flying to events in private jets. That's my Mercedes down there at the end. And we had this thing that we started that I didn't even know what it was. And then 4 years later, this business grew, and it was incredible. The lifestyle and the freedom and the fun that came out of it, that evolved from it. By 2000, I had done okay, and so my mouth is dry. Normally it's not dry, maybe because I'm talking about myself. Could I have that bottle right there? Will you take the top off? Will you pour it in my mouth? No. It's over. The DJ's gonna be really pissed off at me. So anyway, by 2000, I was in a position to where I could sail. I sailed the west coast of Florida, the Bahamas for 18 months. I played golf. I fished, and I didn't have to work. I chose not to. I didn't want to. And because of this business, I didn't have to. And then in 2004, I was invited back into the business by Terry LaCour, who's the founder of I didn't know him then, but the way that I know him now, he's just like the Sarfeld family. Look, we've got the best of the best of the best of the best. Seriously. Start to Terry and it just keeps going. So in 2004, he pitched me in his office in Dallas, and I decided to join. And in 2004, the year that I joined, I made $50,755. First year, went to work, started from scratch, didn't have a team to move, anything like that. And that's the money that Terry sent me in 2004. And then I continued to work really, really hard. And in 2006, that income went to $163,196 from hard work. And then in 2006, I met my lovely wife, Helena. And she's Slovenian, of course, so now there are 2 Americans with Slovenian wives, the president and Jason. Anyway, I have to hurry. So anyway, I met Helena in 2006. And really wasn't working as hard. We were just playing. But in 2007, Terry sent me $187,388 US dollars. Now, Terry had retired from that company by then. He was gone. He retired. But I was still there. Carlos was still there, right? And then I received another phone call from Terry. And he invited me to come to Dallas to look at his concept of a company called BHIP Global. And I flew in from, I was in Tokyo when he called, and I flew in, and we talked literally in front of that hotel. There was no product, there was no powder, there was no anything. There was nothing. It was all in Terry's head. And when Terry shares the story, it's like when Michael shares the story. You know what I mean? It's just, it comes to life. I did my first BHIP presentation at that table right there. There was no packaging. There was no packaging. We went to the laboratory for the first batch of product, and they sent us away with little tubs of pink powder, with little scoops. And I invited 9 people to sit at that table, and I said, come, and I had glasses of water, and I'm scooping unmarked powder into glasses of water, going, drink. It's going to be the next big thing. And they looked at me like I was the craziest motherfucker on the planet. Nobody's like, and they were right. The second craziest. So anyway, that's where it started. Here's some checks over the years. We get paid weekly, of course. There's 2,400, 31, 38, and 58 or 53 at the top. And I was invited by this guy to go to Puebla, Mexico. We did the first meeting in San Antonio, Texas, for about 40 people. From there, we went to Puebla. And this is the first meeting, right? Yeah. That's the first one. 60-something, 65, 70 people in the room. And Carlos, this is his new office. This is their working group. Colombia, went to Colombia. We met with a few people. I knew you could make money on powder in Colombia. This is legal powder, right? And then had a chance. Look at that young guy right there. He was just a kid. Oh, yeah, no, I meant Hugo. But, he was just a kid. Here we are. He's flipping burgers in the backyard. And now he's grown into a young man. Look at that. Sapphires, golds. But here's where it all changed, just so you know. In this world, I was smuggling product across borders. I'm not shitting you. I'm not joking. We had it under spare tires, behind seats, and I'm sweating bullets. I'm like, fuck, what are we doing, No joke. And we were moving $80,000 US dollars worth of product into a country that was not an EU country. The border was not a legal border. We had one time where they took $10,000 worth of product. They caught us. We were busted. And I have a picture somewhere, I can't find it, but $10,000 worth of beer product is in product prison in customs. I'm like, oh, come on, let our product out. But they took it away from us, and we had to pay a little bit of money. And one night I was smuggling product, and it was the same night that they were burning the U.S. Embassy and the Slovenian Embassy, and I'm fucking driving at 11:30 at night through this country where they're burning my fucking embassy in a car with Slovenian plates. But let me tell you. Let me tell you why that's interesting. Those leaders didn't make it. They didn't make it. I did everything I could. I got the phone calls, and they said, we need product at the laboratory in this country, and we need it there. And I dropped what I was doing, and I fucking drove as fast as I could, and I took them the product, did everything we could. We couldn't get the product approved. We lost so many good leaders. We lost so many distributors. We worked our asses off. Built it to almost emerald income. It's been built to ruby income, over ruby income 3 times. Now it's going to 4th time. Everybody quit. But winners don't fucking quit. Who wrote it? And we got the same story. Amazing people. Here's the segue to this slide. If we would have done that when this group of gentlemen were in the picture, that team would still be here. Because now it's being done. The products are registered. It's being done properly. The European market is primed to just absolutely explode. Have there been growing pains? Well, of course there have. But I'm telling you right now, you sit down with anybody, and they've got stories that you maybe you'll quit. You're like, do I have to go through that? If you hear the stories, the price that's been paid, you're going to have to pay it to be successful. You'll lose entire teams. It's your choice if you get up the next day and rebuild. It's just the way it is. So now we have Jan Sarfelt, Michael Sarfelt, and Jan Madsen in the picture. And I'm telling you, what was a concept is now $1 billion concept. I know, I gotta hurry. It's $1 billion. Jan, you're talking about billions now. And it's reality, Okay, so moving on. Thank you so much for last year. You did the celebration in Ljubljana, Slovenia. Let me tell you what's happened since then. That didn't quit, people like Veed, who you're going to hear from in a minute, said, hey, I'm going to go do it again. I'll do it again. And he went to Maribor. He took a decision to move to Maribor and open an office and start doing BOMs and BITs and power talks and working groups and doing it and doing it and doing it. And this is just a few days ago, maybe 10 days ago, and we had a leadership meeting, a leadership dinner. Veed, you're doing an amazing job. You can come up and tell people why you did what you did here in a minute. Not sit around in the mental masturbation of Googling his next move, but he just said, fuck it, I'm going to go there and I'm going to do it. And then I went over to Zagreb and I found a little office and put some product out. And then Anjay and Tina and Mateusz decided to go over there and took a decision to go there and work in that office. It's amazing what you guys are doing. And now the office is almost too small. It's almost too small for the meetings that you guys are turning out, which is fantastic. It is too small now, isn't it? Yeah, bravo. And the result of this, the reason I'm sharing this with you is if you're trying to make a decision of what to do, look, Be Hip is a home. It's not a hotel. That's right. This is a family business, you know? And you don't have to go through the growing curve that some of the other people have gone through. They paid the price for you. The dwarf sees farther than the giant when he stands on the giant's shoulders. Yes or no? You got some giants here that you can stand on their shoulders and learn from. Lifestyle-wise, this is just from November of 2015 to December of 2016. And this is all Be Hip lifestyle. Thank you, Sarfelts. Thank you so much. Standing there, you guys have really changed the lives of me and Helena and so many people. But this was, again, at the Platinum event, Sri Panois. But we get to go to black tie events. This is in Bangkok. This is at the St. Regis, the bronze event in Bangkok. You got to remember, this is in a year and a month, year and a couple of months. This is not a lifetime. Julie, no, come on, you guys are amazing. Monaco, we went to Monaco, and I get to smoke cigars with some of my best friends in the world, people that I've grown to love, my cigar buddies, and my drinking buddies as well. We did an event at Lake Bled, and we had a great event up at Lake Bled. You can see some of the leadership. And we did an incredible trip to Vietnam. I fell in love with those people in that country. It was amazing. So we had our Be Hip boats in Vietnam. We went to Ha Long Bay. And if you can go on these events, just make the decision today that you're going to go and start working. Just work. Seriously. We had a crazy everybody in the pool party. Everybody went in the pool. I knew it was over when Alan and I were both in with our clothes on. Everybody's going in. Hanging out with some of the greatest guys on the planet. Flying helicopters over Ground Zero in New York, all provided by the Sarfelts and by Be Hip as recognition for, really for you guys, because you're the most amazing people on the planet. And, being there with you guys, it's just unbelievable with Yen and Karen, with Michael. And of course with Helena. And then again, some cigars, and I think that's it. No, then standing in Times Square. Michael, I'm sorry I didn't get yours put in here fast enough. But seeing the three of you guys up there in Times Square, look, it started with just a concept that Terry shared. It became reality when you guys showed up in the picture. And I really, do I know when we're going to do $1 billion in sales? I don't know. But do I believe that it's possible? Do I believe we can? Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Now, if you were with the other company 40 years ago, and you were in a room like this, because they had rooms like this, what would your life have been like? I know. Thanks, Tom. What would your life have been like, right? So even if you're in, but you're not having the results you want, get the results. Change your MO. Listen to what the Mill team has said in their trainings, because it's so correct. And what I'd like to do now is just bring a couple of guys up to the stage so you can hear from them why they've made the decisions to do what they've done, and because it takes guts to do it. And the first person that I'd like to bring up here is Veed, who I had to convince him to go to Israel, and then he's just been Mach 10 and hair on fire ever since. So Veed Lozak, could you come up?